What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday, start of a brand new week. Let's make it a great week for everybody out there. Wanted to drop a video about two things, two bills proposed by the House of Representatives in Congress that first-time home buyers really need to pay attention to. So I dropped a video about it being a seller's market about a week and a half ago. If you haven't seen that video, please go ahead and watch that so you can fill yourself in. But basically right now, if you're a seller, you're very happy, you're getting way over ask, you're getting quick closing, some people are waiving, appraisals, whatever. If you're a buyer, you're kind of frustrated. The biggest thing that stops people from renting to buying, going from renting to buying a house, is the upfront costs and closing costs. Again, just did a video about that not too long ago. Please watch that if you haven't watched it. It tells you the whole upfront cost about buying a house. So these two bills, don't know if they're going to be standalone bills yet. Don't know if they're going to be thrown into the infrastructure bill that is being discussed, or don't know if they're going to be thrown into the American Families Plan that's being discussed right now. To keep up with this, if you're a first-time home buyer or considering being a first-time home buyer, there's two YouTube channels I follow religiously, and that's because they don't do clickbait, they don't mislead. It's just pure information, pure accurate facts. They do their research, and that's Clear Value Tax, and that's Stephen Gardner. Those are the two people I believe in. Everyone else is just, in my opinion, from what I've watched, just clickbaiting you, trying to get likes, trying to get subscribes, trying to get comments, trying to blow up their YouTube channel. These two guys, they just hit the nail on the head through this whole pandemic. I've been watching them every single day. They do an update. So it's something, if you're a first-time home buyer, go to those YouTube channels if you want to keep up with it, or Google it and just look at it yourself. So House of Representatives have presented two bills. Haven't been voted on yet, but for what I understand, it's getting some traction. So both of these bills could get passed. My understanding is if one passes, the other one's going to pass as well. So the first one is first-time home buyer. They haven't released the qualifications as far as income, but one qualification that is known is you can't have owned a house in the past 3 years. So if you've owned a home in the last 3 years, you're not going to qualify for the $15,000 tax credit that they're offering. So it's a $15,000 tax credit. It doesn't help you at closing, but at the end of the year when you do your taxes, that's $15,000 that you can essentially, go towards your tax obligations. The second bill, and this is a big one. So obviously, this is a big chunk of change. They're going to have really strict qualifications on this one. But it's $25,000 at the table at closing to help you with your closing costs. $25,000. And like I said, the qualifications are going to be a little tricky on this one. And because obviously the government's not just going to give up $25,000 to everybody, make it easy for them to obtain. But the two things that are known right now about it is, one, you have to be a first-generation home buyer. You have to be a first-generation homeowner, which means your parents could not have owned their home for you to qualify for this. The second, you cannot make more than 120% of the median annual income in your area that you're purchasing the home to qualify. So those are the two stipulations on the $25,000 at closing that are known right now. Again, these are two big ways to help buyers in a seller's market and the way things are going right now in real estate. If you are a first-time home buyer, or if you are considering at any time, please, again, Clear Value Tax and Stephen Gardner, those are the two channels that I would keep up with. Like I said, all information. They've always hit the nail on the head. They've never misled anybody. I've been watching them now for a year and a half. I believe in them 100%. I would never mislead anybody. I would never want to spread lies about anything. So I 100% would say, if you want to keep up with this, watch those channels. They do an update every single day. Again, these two bills haven't been passed yet. They haven't been voted on yet. I heard they're getting a lot of traction in Congress. A lot of people agree with it. Again, they don't know if it's going to be a standalone bill thrown into the infrastructure bill or thrown into the American Families bill. But if you're a first-time home buyer, or if you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, these are big, advantages for you to keep up with and, know your things. And as always, the more you know. Please have a great Monday. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you Wednesday.